Hello, rock stars. Welcome to another edition of In the Pick. I'm your host, Rick, and hey, I'm back. This week we have, it's been a while. I took a little time off for me, and that's about as deep as I'm going to go with it. And I now that I'm rejuvenated, I've got some beauty treatments done. I have an incredible guest today. Welcome to the show, Mr. Bishop Booker. How are you, sir?
What's up? I'm good, brother. How are you, man?
I'm causing havoc and mayhem everywhere I go, or at least I'm trying. I mean, just
Love
saying.
it. Burn it all down. Burn it all down.
Oh my God. Okay, so off screen, you saw the intro. Like Bishop actually has all these masks, and I'm having mask envy right now. Like I feel like I have to go buy some because and correct me if I'm wrong. You are broadcasting live from the Fisher Price Easy Bake Oven Kitchen. Is that? Oh my, Bishop, you had to know I was going to totally throw you under the bus. Like you just like kids, you need to get
Let's go,
out.
Barbie. Let's go, Barbie.
Oh, it's the Barbie. I'm sorry, it's not the Easy Bake. It's Barbie.
I have an easy bake oven too.
Oh my God. You're like, you know what, Rick? I hate you. You just, I totally called you out. Like, kids out. Dad needs the Easy Bake Kitchen for an interview. Like, I'm just saying. Was that the best rock star background you could come up with? Like Barbie?
It stops when I walk in the door because I've got 8 kids and they're like, "Who do you think you are, man? That's a wrap, bro. Like whatever you got going on is over when you get here. The respect goes out the window. All that stuff."
Oh, that's any dad. Like you get home and you think you're like Tarzan, king of the jungle, and you get home and you're like, hey, minion, go like clean the kitchen and mow the yard and take out the garbage. And yeah, you're a minion at best.
Dude. I've got an army in this house and they don't do shit.
So you have a bunch of grooves and then you're the minion.
Yes.
It's like reverse with you.
I can bark and order all I want to, but it falls on deaf ears.
Oh my God. The beauty of being a dad. And for those of you that
Yeah.
are not dads, you will, or moms, you will find out one day you really have no power. Like you make the mortgage payment. If you have kids or a dog, they own the house and you just provide the money for the house.
I
And,
hide in my room most of the time, so it's all good.
oh my God. How have you been, my friend?
Dude, I have been awesome, brother. Been working my butt off, man. Empiires, Emerald City, hanging out, working, recording.
So it's funny you say those two names because we're going to just dabble a little bit on both those topics. So,
Yeah.
where do you want to start? Should we start on the Emerald City side since I have this green snare just barking
Yeah, sure.
Emerald?
Yes, sir.
Dude, Emerald City, probably one of the top 3, maybe the top.
Probably 4.
You actually have a number? Like you're number 4?
A couple of years ago, I think they ranked it as number 4, man, or something like that in the country.
That was a couple years ago. You know, we're
Yeah.
a couple of years ahead now, so you're probably at number 1. But like
Yeah.
party band, is that the right term? Party band?
Yeah, man. I mean, party band. I mean, they play everything, but it's party music, dancing,
And
kicking butt, shaking booties.
you guys have played all over the country. In fact, did I hear you? And I love to eavesdrop because I'm such a little worm. You guys have played outside the U.S., yes?
Yeah, a lot of Mexico shows, Canada, Ireland, Spain. This last year, yeah.
That is out. That's definitively outside the U.S.
Just a little bit. just a skip across a pond, then another skip across a pond, then a boat ride. But yeah.
And is the reception from the audience, the crowds, is it typically the same no matter where you go? People just want to have fun?
You know, the funny thing about it is, man, like you'll get these people who were warned sometimes of like, okay, it's a bunch of guys, they're not going to really want to dance, or it's a bunch of cowboys, they're just going to kind of watch you. You know, the funniest thing about it is we walk into a room and we get up on the stage, and for the first like hour, they're fighting it. First set, they're fighting it. but you can see that they're like tapping their toes a little bit. Like, I can't look like this in front of my friends. I'm not going to dance. And then set two, they're coming out a little bit. They're sprinkling, like, okay, I've got the liquid courage. Let's go. And then by set three, they're pissed off that we're finishing off the show. It's like, dude, we've been up for 3 hours. I don't know where you've been, but you've been trying to be too cool. But now you're like, oh my God, you're the greatest band on the planet. Oh my God, I can't believe you did all those songs. You guys are insane. Look at you. It's like, yeah, where were you, bro? Let's get no, man. We get a really good response, man. I mean, the fun thing about it, man, is my favorite thing is to get that couple, the old couple, or somebody who just hadn't
Oh,
danced in forever. Like, yeah, you get this married couple that's been together for like 40, 50 years. And like, man, my husband hasn't danced since 1923. And I was like, what? But no,
wow.
seriously, it's a cool feeling, man, to get people to, let loose and just kind of go nuts, man. That's what it's supposed to be, brother.
So my wife loves to dance. Loves
Yeah.
to dance. And she's an 80s new wave girl. So she's always like, let's go dancing. I am a drummer. I think I have a little bit of rhythm, but I'm terrified to dance because I don't have a force field in front of me, i.e. my drum set. And I feel like I look like a dork. And she goes, who cares if you look like a dork? Have you looked around? I'm like, I'm so scared of my own shadow. I mean, I do like, and I've got one move and it's called drive the bus. And it's like it's my move.
Listen, you
But
want some advice?
oh God, here we go. Don't I hope Amy cannot watch this interview because she's going to throw it back in my face.
Will Smith has the best quote of all time in the movie Hitch. When he's trying to get 10 and 2, all of that stuff, cooking the pizza, doing the lawnmower thing. Ain't nobody hungry. You ain't trying to eat. Just keep it simple. Step left, step right. Step left, step right. To the beat, to the beat, to the beat. It's when y'all start throwing your hands in the air and start trying to do Michael Jackson moves is when things start getting crazy. Because, man, watching that shit. I mean, I'm doing routines on the stage, right? So I've got moves that I'm supposed to do, and it's embedded in my soul. But
Those are
watching.
moves because I thought that was an epileptic seizure. Like I was,
Ask
no,
my
you do
kids
have
that, and they
moves.
think I am. Yeah, right. Dude, it is crazy to watch people dance while you're doing a dance routine because they start dancing. I mean, you got like 150 people up in front of you, 200, 300, and more than 60% of them are dancing completely different beats in all different ways with all different parts of their bodies. And I'm just like, and I get lost. I'm like, oh shit, what the hell is that? Damn. But we love y'all. Enjoy yourself. Dance the way you want to. God made it the way it is. You have a rhythm. You don't. I can't play the drum.
Really?
I can't play bass. I'm a brother. I got no rhythm when it comes to an instrument.
Oh, please, please.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Just like I can't play basketball. I play football, but don't ask me to dribble a basketball, bro. I'm like Dennis Rodman. I pass the ball as soon as I get it. Are you
I
open? I
would
got you, bro.
I would love to see the video from your point of view of these people. Oh my God, that would be entertaining. Being able to
Dude, I'm
watch.
GoPro on my belt buckle, bro. GoPro on my belt buckle. It'd be great.
I'm not really sure that's a different cam. I'm not really sure we want that.
Depends on who you ask.
Oh my God. But seriously, it's funny because once I have the liquid courage and I get out there and start dancing, it's like, then I get yeah. Just then I get brave and I start doing some stuff and it's like, okay, and I do have a good time. I always break a sweat. I just you know what? I got to go back. I've watched Hitch probably 5-6 times. I got to go back. Will Smith has some great advice, but it's serious. Keep it simple, man. Just get out there
Keep it simple.
and if you look around, a lot of people they go dance. They especially dudes don't have rhythm. Most dudes just and you got to be okay with just being yourself and being a total dork.
Yeah. When you're at a show, it's time to be free, man. It don't matter what you're doing, man. I mean, there comes a moment where you might want to dial it back a little bit, but
No,
those are the guys that just rip their shirts open and let their giblets all hang out.
wait,
They might.
is that frowned upon?
It can be an interesting moment. It depends on where you're at.
Oh my God!
Let's just
So
say that
that's
all the Jewish
no.
weddings are the best weddings because they get wild, bro. Wow, bro.
Wait. Wild in what way?
Dude, and this is not a race thing, a religious thing. I have done hundreds, if not over 1,000 plus weddings, right? And I don't care. what anybody says. Collectively, no matter where I'm at, if it's a Jewish wedding, they are ready to go from the moment they come in the room. If I'm playing Frank Sinatra, they're like, "Wow!" It's ready to
See,
go, man.
I love that because that is the spirit of life. We don't know how long we are
Yeah.
on this rock. And the
Hmm.
fact that and it's one of my, as I try to improve myself, is to let
Yeah.
go of some of that mental BS that we as human beings carry around, because that is the zeal. That is the, oh my God, I'm here to have fun. Let's do this. And,
Yeah.
you know, I got to work on it. I really do, because I love watching those people. And I sit there going, why can't I do that? Why do I have to have 4 tequilas before?
You're not alone. You're not alone.
I
There-
know.
There's a reason why there's an open bar at weddings. If you want people to have a good time, you better have an open bar. If you're making people pay, it's going to be lame.
Oh my God. You've done this once or twice.
Just a little bit. Just a
Now
little bit.
you've been privileged enough to play for some dignitaries too, correct?
Yes.
And
Governors of.
you don't
Yeah,
have
we're
to
not
go
going
into
into
who,
that because
but
I don't want people like,
yeah.
he paid for him. I'm sorry.
Uh, I don't want some
But
black helicopter landing on your front lawn. All of a sudden, he's gone. I'm like, we don't get to finish the interview. They're monitoring
right.
the internet.
Let's just say governors, mayors, inaugural balls for governors. I didn't do the White House, but they did. Play well, no, and then presidents have been at our gigs and so at some of our shows. We've done things for the military, so they've come. Um,
Oh, and by
yeah,
the way, thank you for all the men and women out there that serve. I'm a big supporter of the armed forces, the first responders. Thank you for your service. And again, there's
amen,
a
brother.
lot of folks that don't realize our freedom comes at it's not free. It comes at a price. And I come from a military family, a long line of military family, and I
Same.
know the sacrifice that people make. So when you get to entertain them, and it's one of those bucket list things that I've never been. I would love to do like a USO show. I
Oh,
think
wow,
playing
really?
for the troops. I think playing for the troops would be an absolute, not just an honor, but would be just a raging good time, because those men and women would be like, they're starving for entertainment. I'm just saying, me
Dude,
personally.
I've done it. I've done it, and
Ah.
it's raising money for them or just playing for them while they're in service. Dude, the appreciation is beyond belief. And then I've also done work with JC All Stars to help out wounded vets and people who have PTSD, brothers who have PTSD. We've gone to war for some of them, and I have learned so much about what it takes doing it and what it takes to come home. And it is a blessing to be able
And
to
it's
help an
funny as
inmate.
you say that. I was sitting here thinking about JC Matthew JC, because
Mhm.
what he's doing, and he's a guest that I want to have on desperately. I'd like to chat with him because I have so many friends that are associated with him, and I mean I've met him a couple times. And again, what he's doing for the troops is incredible. So it's
He's getting married this weekend.
um I thought he could. No, he just had his bachelor party recently. That's right.
Yes, he did. I got tipsy on that one. Woo. It's footage.
But
It's
I
footage.
mean, being in Emerald City has given
Hmm.
you some incredible experience, some
Hmm.
incredible experiences,
Hmm.
and I know, as we shift gears here, what made you want to go to the other side, away
Well,
from the party band? Because then let's talk about, you have Empires,
yeah, Empire.
which is your other love.
My baby.
Um, and that's a whole different direction, away from it's away from the Emerald City thing. This
Well,
Empires is. You want to talk? You want to dive into it and talk a little bit?
yeah, man. I mean, well, the thing about it is, what people don't know about me and the fact that like there's two sides of me, but the first side was
Front side,
always
back
rock.
side.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm a Gemini, so there's like 7 people in here with me right now. Um, but I've always been a rock musician. It's where I started. My
Uh-huh.
first thing that I ever did was with Casey Hess, who was a band called Dusu, which it was in. Then he was in the Burden Brothers, which was half of the Toadies. The first thing I ever did was with him, and that was a rock song that I did. They looked at me like, "What are you doing singing black rock people's music?" But
What do you mean?
because
Why
I
did
was
you
doing
not?
rock music in the 90s, and I was the only black guy besides Lenny Kravitz in Living Color that they'd ever seen do that. So it was
I'm
really
going to
weird
say
for
I've seen both those artists and both rock the stage, and I'm
Yes.
just saying, Living Color I
Yeah.
saw in '92. 291,
that with the
something like that.
Stones? Was that with the
Ooh.
Stones? It
Oh
was a Stones
man.
concert.
Yes. Yeah. Oh.
Could hate you right now. My stepmother used to date Muzzy Skillings, the bass player's brother, back in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
And so they got to go to that, got backstage, everything, but they would not take me.
You know,
So, but I'm sorry, we're going off on a tangent.
no, but
But no,
it's sad that you say that, because I think music is supposed to tear down walls, tear down barriers,
yeah.
not put up barriers. And
What's
I
different
always
there?
say I'm a pop punk drummer, but people always go, "Really, Rick? You play a lot of music." I label myself as one thing because that's what I prefer, but I love music. You know, I'm a
Okay.
huge reggae fan. And people go, "You like reggae? Are you kidding me?" Yeah.
Well, I mean, punk has a lot of reggae stuff in it, man. If you think about the old school punk and where it came from, you got to think
Ska,
about that. Even the Police, that's reggae music mixed in with the rock and pop. I mean, that's what it is.
ska, Ska's
Ska.
reggae and punk mixed together. Like, are you kidding me? To me, it's good music. I mean, I love my
Yeah,
'90s and my '80s. I love my hair metal. I grew up. I've seen Rat. I've seen Scorpions. I've seen the Bon Jovis. Like,
here
I
I am.
see. Well, one of my early concerts. But what calls to me, and everybody, I've told you guys my story. I cut my teeth in the '90s in Seattle. I kind of was a grunge kid, but music is music, man. I have a diverse library, and I kind of think like
Yeah,
I forget sometimes. Not everybody's like that. Not everybody
yeah,
sees
yeah.
music that. So you being a rock guy, what
I mean,
what what made you want to come back to doing rock?
honestly, there's a freedom in rock, and no lie on this. This is just how I feel about it. It You can sing about anything you want. Does
Uh
not
huh.
matter. There's a freedom, an image that you don't have to really cater to with your lyrics and what you're talking about. So if you want to talk about relationships, religion, politics, the sky being blue, whatever the hell it is, you got Rage Against the Machine. You can do anything you want if you want to, and
Oh,
if what's in your soul is a little more freedom. You know what I mean? They used to be able to
yeah.
do that with other music, but now they're kind of catering it to just look. You got to talk about this. You can't be a KRS-One in hip hop anymore. And you got little Kendrick Lamar, but where's your Commons at? Where's your Nas? They're not being played on the radio. You know what I mean? So for me, rock music's always been a part of my soul. From the moment my dad played my first rock album for me, I was involved in. I was enthralled in it because there was just something about it. So for me, going back to that after being doing the dance music thing was just a return to who I really was as a musician and being able to get my words out to the world. So instead of doing other people's stuff, which is nothing wrong with that, but I need to
No,
let
and
people hear.
and in all fairness, so Empires is has been you and Darren Wise from the start, correct? You
Yes,
guys
yeah.
formed Empires, and it is that interesting culmination of originals and covers and remakes of covers, correct?
hmm Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
go
it's
ahead.
been
Is that the kind of been the whole was like this is how we're going to go about it?
well, no, honestly, Empires is an original band that does covers shows
Okay.
from time to time. And to be honest with you, the reason why we're doing it is because the scene has changed in Dallas. Which you know, we're
Yeah,
let's be real about that, okay?
it
Let's be
changed.
real. I mean,
Yeah.
it did. Most of the musicians who are doing original music are now in tribute bands and cover bands. Nothing wrong with that. I just I miss going down to Deep Ellum and being able to pick between
Ah,
20 bands on a Friday night and seeing some of the most incredible music you could possibly see in the country, all here in my
yeah.
backyard.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that as much anymore because they're all great. You know what? The musicianship that it takes to play every single type of music there is and perfect it is beyond me. And to see these people do that just shows you how great they are. Now, all I want you to do is go write some damn original music so you can take over the music industry and control what's happening. Get back to it. I love you all. Somebody write some damn music besides us. No, I was kidding. There's plenty
No,
of other bands out here. Just kidding.
but some of the greatest bands in history have started out as cover bands, and I've always told folks, in fact, being in a cover band is something new to me. I didn't start till 2015 when I got into the Dallas scene. I retired from the Seattle scene. I only did
Same.
originals, and that you just got in there and you started writing and you went with what you heard on the radio or blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
Being in a cover band or a tribute band, you're diving in and you're learning how these other artists have written songs already. Okay. And then
Mhm.
so when it's starting to write originals again, and I always call it buying into a career. Not people say, you're a sellout. No, I'm buying into a career because you could play really cool music that's artsy fartsy that nobody's going to listen to, maybe, a 0.5% of the people, or
Yeah.
you can write music that appeals to the masses so that you could do this for a living, which is the ultimate goal. Like every musician wants to be a rock star. We want to play in front of big crowds. That's right. So I think that the knowledge base that you gain from being in the cover bands and like you said, the amount of musicianship it takes to learn all these different styles
Oh yeah,
is
brother.
holy cow. It's incredible. It's time consuming. It's time
It is.
consuming.
It's a lot of music. I mean, there's over 1,000 songs. Pardon me for having to walk through. My phone's about to die. There's over 1,000 songs in my head, lyrics,
Wow.
musically, and I listen to everything that my guitar player is playing, my bass player is playing, my drummer, my keyboard player, my horn, 4-piece horn section in Emerald City. I listen to everything that they're doing, so I know if one note sounds sour, and that
So
was something that I didn't have before.
do you use an iPad or do you just memorize?
Uh,
I know,
that's a loaded
loaded
question.
question.
Loaded question. So here's the deal with Emerald City. I do not. Um, Sometimes I do. It depends. I mean, sometimes for the majority of the songs that we do, I know probably about 90% of it. But every once in a while, you'll have a brain fart,
That's human,
and your
brother. That's
and
human.
your head just doesn't want to remember anything that you just heard that you already know. And so
Yeah.
you might need the first word or something like that. Just remind you,
Yeah.
like, God help me if I have to do an Eminem song, brother. You stumble on one word and you've just screwed up about 15 to 16 bars of that song.
And being a musician means you instantly forget the mistake and you move ahead. Okay. But when you're a vocalist and you stumble like that, you stumbled. Like
Yeah.
you ain't getting back on the rails. Like
You're like,
you might as well
shit.
just wait till the next like phrase starts and just forget you're done. Like
Like, remix.
uh and I appreciate you being brutally honest because that is such a loaded question.
It is.
It comes up a lot. Original artists shouldn't need it because they're doing originals.
Yeah.
I always feel like tribute artists should not need it because you're doing the same exact songs over and over again. Should need it.
Hmm.
Cover artists, I kind of feel like you never know who's going to throw what at you. I can kind of get it with a cover band having an iPad up there. That's a lot. 1,000 songs, and that's a
I
lot of lyrics.
I have to. I hate looking at because it starts to become a crutch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I love being in Empires for the original shows and the original songs. The songs that come from the heart. Or singing about something that we're doing. That's where the passion is from all of this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're because connecting with a crowd with the music that you wrote and them singing it back, and
Oh
then
my God, that's the kicker right there.
yeah, I mean, dude, I'm not just talking about just the chorus. When they sing the verses back, when they're sitting there like, bobbing their head, or when they tell you it's like, hey man, that song, I listen to that song all the time. This helped me get through my relationship stuff, things like that. There's power in that. And it's not an ego thing. That's just a connection to people's humanity. And that's the whole reason why I do music is to make people connect with each other, man. I love it, dude. That's great.
Music is about connection. Music is about tearing down the walls and bringing people
Hmm.
together. Um, I recently had the pleasure of sitting on with you on stage with Empires at the Dallas International Guitar Festival,
Yes,
and
sir.
it was an incredible day. It was a quick set. We kind of
Yeah.
it was very rushed for us to get up and running and be ready, and we got up there and we had some curveballs thrown at us, which
Yeah.
I smiled at. Believe it or not, through all the hurdles, I think that's the real test of your mettle. Like if you can
Yeah.
deal with adversity, don't lose your cool and still
Yeah, man.
put on a great show. And you did, by the way. You put on a phenomenal
You too,
show.
brother.
I felt bad for you because you were sweating profusely because they had us outside and it was like 1,000,000 degrees. Like I think you went through a towel a song. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. But here's the thing, man. I can sweat in 30-degree weather. It does not matter. It's just gonna be what it is. Like I fling sweat everywhere. If you don't want your DNA, my DNA on you, you might not want to be anywhere near me.
I'm a drummer, and I always tell people don't touch me. I'm moist because when I get done playing, this is
Moist.
wet from moist. Oh, I'm moist. I am wet from the top to the bottom. Oh my god. I am seriously. It's being a drummer. I'm used to that, but I also try not to leave anything on stage. Like I get up
Yeah.
there, and you get 100 to 110% of this, and it's I'm not leaving anything. It's it's all
You
or
bury
nothing,
your soul.
baby.
You bury your soul, man. If you're not, I don't get mad per se, but I do get frustrated. And the only thing that will ever frustrate me is if somebody's up there and they're not giving everything that they've got. Why are you
don't
here?
don't mail it in.
Don't mail it in. What are you doing like that? And I've seen that a couple of times. And it's like, look, man, nothing has made me angrier than paying all this money to go see a band and watching somebody in that band or even the lead singer, God help them, just
Mail it in.
stand there, barely moving, not even swaying that much. Just kind of like, I don't really care. Screw you guys. You paid all this money. I got it now and I'm out. I've seen that. And I don't want to ever be that guy. I know how it felt to see it, witness it, I am never going to be that person, and I'd be damned if I have somebody on stage with me doing the same shit. Fuck that.
I will tell you though, going through all your music and listening, like Stronger. Oh, what a great song.
That's my fave,
The
man.
the cover that you did of The Police, Wrapped Around Your Finger.
Yeah, yeah.
What is it? Oh my God. There's another one.
Adele, the
No,
Adele
it's
one. Blinding
is it
Lights,
Love or Hate?
Love or Hate. That's the original. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, I love. Okay, that song. That song spoke to me. Like I was listening to
Really,
it. Like I love the drum beats in it.
power, man.
Ooh. I
Straightforward
actually
rock.
yeah, it's rock. I mean, I'm going to tell you, learning all the music for you guys has been a hoot, and I'm looking forward to maybe getting to sit in. Just we'll see. Sit in a couple more shows with you guys. I
You
hope.
better, man. You better.
It was a true blast, and you know what was fun is I've seen Empires, and I just in a private group chat that we all have, I posted a picture of you, Darren, and I was like,
Yeah.
"You guys remember this?" And it was a show you guys had done at Tees in Louisville, and my wife and I came out, and I snatched you two and said, "Hey, take a selfie." And
Oh, yeah,
and you
yeah,
could,
yeah, yeah.
Darren's like, "What club was that at?" I'm like, "Tees, Tees."
Hey,
I remember.
I thought it was a rebel, man. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was a rebel.
But it was like watching you guys that night. I was impressed because again, it's the amount of energy, the amount of soul, just sheer commitment each time you get in up on stage is just a
Thanks, brother.
blast. And I hope you don't lose that. I love that just passion. It's something that when you see a band and I don't care if you're a cover band, an original band, or a tribute band, just a band on stage, you're entertaining people. Give the passion, feel it. Here you go, man. I'm here to entertain you. Lose yourself. You want that audience to connect, and you have done a phenomenal job. And that's just my
Thank you,
observation,
brother.
getting
Thank you.
people to connect with you. And that is those are the golden moments we all live for, like you said.
Dude,
What's
if
the
you're
go
if
ahead.
you're my favorite thing being on stage is even when because I wear sunglasses all the time on stage and stuff like that. Lights are bright. I don't care. Plus the fact that I don't want people to see how drunk I am.
Oh,
Uh,
that's the excuse we're gonna go with.
right. But really, to be honest with you, it's because my eyes are bloodshot red like they are right now. Mm. But no, real talk, man. I mean, it's honestly when you're up there and you're really getting it, and and the people are vibing with you on that stuff, man. Those moments are it's not just for me. It's just, that's my party, man. I don't need to go out and party on a regular basis. Being at a show or being part of a show is the best thing in the world, man. That's why you have all these music festivals. There's
Yeah.
such an awesome thing about music, man. It just reaches your soul. There's a song for everything you could possibly think of almost. And it's gonna want there's a song somewhere that resonates with someone.
Oh, absolutely, and
Always.
that's connecting, finding that guy or gal and connecting, and having
Mhm.
them walk away with a smile on their face. You're like, great evening.
Yeah.
I know we're almost out of time, but I gotta
Okay.
ask: tell me what's on the near. Can you talk about anything in the near future? What's coming up for Empires, or what's going on? Anything that you
Well,
want to brag about or promote?
yeah. Well, I don't know how many people know this or not, but Empire's label merged with Virgin Records. So the bar's been raised. So we have 3 songs in the cookbook right now that have been
Uh,
recorded. They're in post production right now. So we are talking about what the music video is going to be, what the promotion level is going to be on whatever we're going to do next, and what tours we're going to jump on. And we're not playing around. We're going to kick this year's ass. I'm not playing no more. I'm stomping my foot through the ground, and everything's going to come sprouting right up out of it, whether it
so
wants to or not.
is it officially then? Empires is officially a Virgin Records act.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You can
That's what's
actually
going
say
on.
that.
I
Nice.
mean, it's they're I mean, they posted something from okay, so it's the label group Zoid,
Uh-huh.
ZOID.
Uh-huh.
They posted the video of Darren's solo thing that he did.
Yep.
We're only releasing the new stuff from them. So they're curating or going over what we have. So they're picking the 3 songs, which one is going to be and which one. I can't say yeah, we're on Virgin completely yet. I don't I'm hesitant to say that. I probably could say it, but I'm a man of caution.
Smart,
So,
smart move,
yeah.
smart move.
Yeah.
And
But
honestly, it just means you have some big brother help pushing you a little bit farther down the street. It's
yeah,
or I should say life's highway. It's you've got some support that a lot of bands they just don't have.
I'm ready to go to war and it's time to change the game. And I'm ready to pull together a team across the board to make
Yeah.
sure that we get what we know. Look, dude, like you said, we came in this thing so that we can make some music, our
Yep.
original music. And
Yep.
we're gonna do the cover thing here in Dallas or whatever we need to do to get shows under our belts, just to have shows.
Yeah.
But my goal is to only play original music, to push this thing out there and to make things bigger and bigger. And I want to see other people do the same thing.
Maybe get some songs on the radio
Yeah, well, we
or
have songs nationwide on the radio, and that's the thing that kills me. Just Dallas kept killing their rock stations. Thank you for bringing the Eagle back. Just
hallelujah.
saying.
And if you can maybe get your song on a movie soundtrack or two, that's not a bad
Man,
thing either. I'm
I
just
want to be
saying.
like you, man. I want to grow up to be like you, man. I like mailbox money.
Yeah, I mean, mailbox money's not bad. I mean,
I
and there
mean,
is something to be said. Like I have been very blessed and lucky. I do have some songs on some major motion pictures and some television shows, and that
yeah,
are in syndication, and it is cool. I mean, but it's only what did you do? Now, what are you going to do next? So you're always
yeah.
kind of like, I know that I've left my mark, but if you guys get to leave your mark some more, hell yeah!
I
Like
want to blaze a scorching inferno trail all the way to the day that they put me in the ground, brother.
I got to tell you, I will have to have Darren on. He's been on before. I'm gonna have him on again to yap,
Mhm.
especially with you guys having stuff coming out and you're charting. And like I said, I am very selfish. I'm spoiled because I got to sit in with you guys and play, and I was just like,
Dude, it was great having you, by the way. Listen,
thank
man,
you.
seriously, man, it was awesome. There's something to be said about brotherhood and stuff like that. Being up on stage with friends and people who are like actually just having a good time. That's that makes it so much better, man. I mean, dude, it makes even when there was difficulty, I get
Not
my
difficult.
game face on, but that's only to either think about how I can help to fix it or shut the hell up and let the professionals handle their business.
Either you're part of the solution or you're part of the problem. And and when I say that, either you have an idea, you know how to fix something, and this is across the board.
Mhm.
Or if you don't, then knowing to be quiet, step back and be an observer, unless you actually have something tangible to inject, you just kind of go, okay, I'll let you guys, you got it under control. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
And
man.
it's kind of like I always say, leave the music scene better than you found it. That's kind of been my mantra, but it's not just the music scene. It's just leave it better than you found it. Be your community, your neighborhood, your friendships, your bands, your church, whatever it is that you're involved in, leave it better than you found it because we're only here for a finite amount of time.
Amen.
And don't just be a leech sucking the life out of stuff. Leave it better than you found it. Try to contribute something positive, and you're not going to go wrong. There's a inherent beauty and selfishness in giving.
Yeah, brother.
You get the joy of doing good. I'm sorry, it feels good. That it's selfish, man. I like helping out.
Yeah, man, that's the way it's supposed to be, you know?
Oh my Lord. Let me ask you, would you do this again? Would you come back on a show?
Hell yeah, brother. Anytime.
So next
But
time
next
we'll just
time,
get together.
I'm drinking. I'm drinking next time. I'm just saying, I'm just drinking.
Next time we do it, we're gonna get together. We're gonna do it in person. I miss the days of getting together with my guest in the same
Yeah.
room. We did this because of COVID. Before that, we started out always having the guest. We're gonna, and with me again, taking some time off to heal myself a little bit and getting back into it. This was a logical alternative, but yeah, the next time we're getting together, like we're sitting down.
Well, God bless you for doing it too, man, because that's a thing, man.
Thank you very much. It's I love interviewing people. I love having conversations and learning a little bit more about you, a little bit about music, and again, I'm looking forward to doing this again. And for those of you that are watching, thank you for tuning in. I know I've been gone for a hot minute, but you know what? We're back, and send me your suggestions. I know I put it out there, and everybody, there was a list. There was a huge list. I had private messages like, "Oh my God, I want to come on." I had a list of people I want to interview, but the list that came in from just the general public, I was like, "Wow." So we've written them down, and we're contacting people, and we're going to start scheduling. And there's some national artists that I want to have on as well. So it's
Hell
like
yeah, do it.
we're mixing it up like I've always done. Like bringing some nationals, do some locals, and the show is just here for let's talk some music, let's talk some life, and let's see what happens. So thank you everyone for tuning in. You can go check us out. We're on iHeart Radio. We're on Spotify. We're on a bunch of platforms. Please go check us out. Obviously, we post every week on YouTube. And if you would, go to YouTube. That's really the platform I want to really boost. Yes, we do it on Facebook, but like us on YouTube and follow us. And that way, when we post it, we can kind of grow that platform because half the time Facebook shuts everything down and you're like, really? Thanks, Facebook.
You can't say that on there. You can't say that on Facebook.
But I appreciate everybody following, and I hope everyone's doing well. I'm looking forward to upcoming interviews. I'm looking forward to seeing Empires again, or maybe even other things. I know I'm being coy right now, but I'm looking forward to seeing Empires again. You guys are phenomenal. I can't wait to see you again soon. Please be safe. Take care of the family.
Yes, brother.
Folks, this has been a great time. Thank you for having me back, Bishop. Thank you for being my guest. I'm Rick, and we will see you somewhere in the pit.
Woo!